Good day, everyone. So today is Nilou's birthday, and what better way to celebrate than by taking lots and lots of pictures of Nilou. We've gotten a new camera that the game has given us, so we can take all sorts of interesting angles and really just appreciate the beauty of Nilou for just how awesome she is and how really unique she is as a character. I really like the combat aspects as well as her waifu appeal. She's obviously my most favorite waifu character in from Sumeru, and I love the fact that she works so well with Kokomi in terms of combat. So to celebrate her birthday, let's talk a bit about her and Kokomi and just the pipe dream, just the wish that I have for these two characters. So it's really no stretch to say that both her and Kokomi haven't really gotten the best of writing or stories when it came to the Archon quest in terms of their appearance and relevance. So what I would really like Hoyo to do is to take these two characters in a unique event and just give them a stage where they can shine. And I really think that the chemistry that you can get from Nilou and Kokomi's personalities can actually be really good. So Kokomi is obviously a far more serious character. She's not airheaded, she's far more focused, she strategizes. There's a lot about Kokomi that you don't see in Nilou, and there's a lot of carefreeness, absent-mindedness about being yourself, not being scared about the crowd that Nilou offers instead. So from a personality perspective, you can almost imagine an event where the traits or the weaknesses of the one character and the strengths of the one character can play off against the weaknesses and strengths of the other character. So imagine Koyo gave us an event where Nilou suddenly disappears, and you now have to, as traveler, go after Nilou. But what happens in the story is that the reason Nilou disappeared is because she decided to do a dance performance on, let's say, Mizuma Island. But what happened now was that she got lost in the middle of the sea. There was some really weird or strange activity near Watatsumi Island, and luckily Kokomi found her, but the two of them were sucked into a whirlpool, and they're now in this new dimensional cave, and they have to figure out what is happening, what are these strange ruins, how are they going to survive together. And in the process you have lots of dialogue between these two. They get to know each other. They also start thinking about solving and getting out of the ruins. So here you can see Kokomi's strategy playing, but they also get tired. There's stress, and Nilou provides some entertainment, and Kokomi can pick up on this vibe. What I would really like for this event would be like an almost dual event where you on the one hand have to find Nilou and Kokomi, but you also play as Nilou and Kokomi on the other side as they progress through the dungeon, and eventually you'll catch up to them. And when you catch up, you have that Kokomi was taught a couple of really good dance moves by Nilou, and then you just see her floating in the air. A lot of people forget that Kokomi in her story trailer and so on can float in the air just like Raiden can walk on the air with her little lightning boots and so on. And Kokomi obviously can walk on water and float around. So having her do a unique dance and floating around with Nilou, and the two of them just having a moment, and then suddenly Traveler and Paimon popping up would be so cool, because you would definitely see a bit of embarrassment on Kokomi, but because of her exposure and time that she spent with Nilou, she can actually take it and actually with a smile put on a performance. They then reflect on what has happened here in the event, and eventually what happens is that both of them get new skins. They decide to try different things, and you see Kokomi in a bit of a different outfit, Nilou in a bit of different outfit. That would be so cool. I think from a story perspective, I really want more depth and more deepness when it comes to fleshing out these two characters, and having a unique event that just is all just about these two would be so cool. I can really imagine how well these two would kick it off, and you could even have someone that is like a new pen pal for Kokomi, so she can write periodically to Sumeru, and that in of itself can perhaps set up an arc in the future where you have someone like Yae Miko, Kokomi, and let's say Nilou going to Fontaine, and we have to now solve something, and they meet the overly dramatic Farina. I think it could be really interesting, but that's just of course my wishes. These two are definitely my favorite characters, and I think it's just such a shame that Hoyo wants to sell their appeal rather than actually display their appeal. I think Kokomi is the type of character that you can really only get her appeal once you see her in action physically doing things, and it's the same with Nilou. You can't just sell this fantasy that she's this beautiful dancer. You've got to actually go out and show it. You've got to show what those interactions are. This is why Nilou's dance during the Sub-Zero's festival is so iconic. It's so iconic in the Archon quest, just that little moment where she sighs and she goes to perform. But you want to take that to the next level and see more of that, see more of her emotions and things reflecting in that performances. It's a type of thing that Oyo is more than clever enough and creative enough to do both of these characters justice, and I just want to see more of it. And so far we haven't seen any Nilou content. On the Kokomi content we got in 3.8 wasn't as good, it wasn't as deep, it wasn't as lore breaking or adding or whatever. Then yeah, I wanted more, and this is just what my appeal is. So I know Hoyo will obviously never watch this video, but I do want to say that with a character like Kokomi and Nilou, you've got two very appealing characters, two really beautiful characters, and it's just such a shame Hoyo is not capitalizing on it. But we will celebrate these two characters by explaining why they're so awesome in combat, as well as sharing some of the beautiful pictures that we can take with them. Alright guys, that's been my little short story on Nilou and Kokomi, and also just to celebrate Nilou's birthday. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.